Fatiha. السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب رسول مدد يا مشايخ الدستور وعلى شعب الله فاز حسن شيخ محمد مدد طريقتنا والصحبة والخير في الجميع. Allah Azze ve Celle mübarek olsun. Bütün günler, hep günler, bazı günler.
May today's day be blessed. May Allah Almighty bless today's days. There are certain days which are blessed days in particular.
Mübarek günlerdir. Mübarek günlerde Hijri olarak.
And we must know that those days which are blessed days are the ones that are defined according to the lunar calendar, according to the Hijri calendar.
Mübarektir. Miladi olarak da bir tarih olarak şey yapar. Onun
There may be days and events which are marked as historic dates according to the solar calendar, but the blessed and sacred days are defined according to the Hijri calendar, which is based on the lunar calendar.
Kıymeti yok öteki şeylerden dolayı.
The days according to the solar calendar, they don't have any spiritual significance or value.
Bazı şeyler vardı ki insanlar kafası karışsın diye insanları bazı lüzumsuz şeylere kıymet verdirirler.
People come up with make up things in order to mess up with people's minds, so that they can no longer differentiate what is valuable and what is not valuable. And in order to confuse people, they invent things.
Bugün 20 Nisan Peygamber Efendimizin miladi olarak doğum günüdür.
Today is the 20th of April, and was on the 20th of April that our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was born according to the solar calendar.
Bugün Mevlid değil, Mevlid ayı.
However, today is not the blessed Mevlid of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him.
Başkadır. Mevlid ayı Rabiul Evvel'de.
The blessed month of Mevlid, the blessed month during which our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was born, was during the month of Rabiul Awwal.
Rabiul Evvel aynı vakit olmuyor. Devamlı senenin miladi olarak olan tarafından.
And since the month of Rabiul Awwal is based on the lunar calendar, it does not happen on a fixed time according to the solar calendar, but it occurs throughout the entire year, and it moves throughout the entire year.
Değişik oluyor. Onun için
every year the month of Rabiul Awwal is during a new time according to the solar calendar.
Mübarek gün bugün değildir. Bugün,
and therefore, since it is not the month of Rabiul Awwal, today does not mark that day of Mawlid. Today does not mark that birthday of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, which carries that spiritual meaning.
Tarih olarak bir şeydir, vakittir.
Today marks the historic event according to the solar calendar, indeed.
Bunu Müslümanların imanlarını zayıflatsınlar diye miladıyla söylerler de yok. İşte doğum haftası, doğum günü.
And it is something that confuses Muslims' minds, and it is made in order to decrease Muslims' faith so that they can no longer distinguish what is valuable and what is not valuable, and they confuse people with these things, such as making them celebrate the birthday of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, according to the solar calendar, so that they ignore the actual date according to the lunar calendar, according to the Hijri calendar, and they make up things like the week of the birthday of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, or they make people celebrate this day instead of the day during the month of Rabiul Awwal, for example.
Şeyh Baba hiç kabul etmedi bunu.
And Maulana Sheikh Nazim, he never approved of these dates which they made up.
Miladi olarak hiçbir şey dini olarak bir gün olmaz.
Spiritual holidays, the sacred days, are defined and are based according to the Hijri calendar, which is based on the lunar calendar, and those spiritual significant days and those significant sacred days cannot be based on the solar calendar.
Hepsi bizim İslam dini Hicri olarak, kameri olarak, güneş senesi değil de
the spiritual days, according to the religion of Islam, are based on the lunar calendar. It is based on the Hijri calendar.
Ay senesi, İslam'ın işareti hilal, ay.
And it is the moon, which indicates the religion of Islam and which defines the time and the seasons and the sacred days according to Islam. And it is this Hijri calendar, which is based on the lunar calendar, which defines our sacred days which we celebrate.
Ona göre amel edilir, ona göre ibadet edilir.
And it is according to the Hijri calendar, which is based on the lunar calendar, according which we perform our duties as we are obliged by our religion of Islam.
İslam'ın usulü adabı hicri olarak.
Islam orders us to perform our deeds, which are defined by certain times and seasons, according to the Hijri calendar, which is based on the lunar calendar.
Hac da aynı şekilde.
Thus we perform Hajj according to the Hijri, the lunar calendar.
Ramazan da aynı şekilde.
We fast during Ramadan and we follow Ramadan as defined by the Hijri lunar calendar.
Mübarek günler de aynı şekildedir.
And the same applies to the sacred holy days which we celebrate. It is all according to the Hijri lunar calendar.
İşte bunu İslam olarak İslam'ı değiştirsinler diye bazı kötü niyetli insanlar Ramazan'ı da kışın yapan bir tayfalar var. İşte galiba insanlar duymamıştır.
And there are, however, people with bad intention who try to manipulate the religion of Islam and to replace the orders of Islam. And for example, there has been a group which made people to fast in winter instead of fasting during the month of Ramadan.
Onlar öyle şey de var. Milad olarak Peygamber Efendimiz doğum haftası diye Nisan'ın işte bu günlerini yapardılar.
Or, for example, they celebrate the birthday of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, according to the solar calendar. They celebrate it today, and they declare the week of the birth of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, to be now in the month of April, for example.
Allah'a şükür onlar bir fayda sağlamadılar. Zarardan başka şey olmadı.
However, this does not bring any benefit, and this causes nothing but harm. But thanks to Allah Almighty, they have vanished.
Onun için bu günleri, vakitleri dikkat etmek lazım.
We must be very careful about the sacred times and the sacred seasons.
İslam, Müslüman, Peygamber Efendimizin yaptığını yapacak.
As Muslims, and as we have been ordered by the religion of Islam, we must follow the example of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him.
Onun söylediğini söyleyecek, onun laflarını kabul etmeyecek.
And we must abide by what our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said. We must accept and approve of what he taught us, peace and blessings be upon him, and we must reject what he told us to reject, peace and blessings be upon him.
Kabul ettiğini de onun yolu nurlu yoldur.
Our way must be the way of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and our way must be based on what our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, approved of. The way of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is the way of light.
Onun yolu hak yoldur.
His way is the way of truth.
Başka yola giden yoldan çıkar.
And whoever follows another way will go astray.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Yol da tarikattır.
And the way is shown to us, the way of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is shown to us through the tariqah.
Tarikat, o yolu muhafaza eden tarikattır.
It is the tariqah which preserves the way of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him.
Öteki projeler başka var. Yani Peygamber zamanından sonra, hatta zamanında bile yalancı peygamberler çıktı.
Beware of imposters, of fraudsters. There were always fraudsters, and there have always been imposters, even during the time and after the time of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. There have been imposters who claim to be prophets.
Onları defa etti. Ondan sonra gelenler vardı. Ta kıyamete kadar şeytan boş durmaz.
But they all came and they all disappeared. But Shaitan never rests, and up until the day of judgment, there will always be these kinds of fraudsters.
Kendi kafasına göre milletin kafasını karıştırır.
They will make up things according to their own likings, and they will invent things, and with those things they make up based on their own thoughts, they confuse people's minds.
İmanlarını yok eder.
And by making up those things based on their own minds, confusing people's minds, they make people lose their faith.
Onun için tarikat yolu sağlam yoldur. Ona bakmak lazım.
Therefore, what we must look at and focus on is the way as shown through the tariqah, which is a solid way.
Tarikatlı insan başka yollara çıkmaz.
Those who follow the way as shown by the tariqah does not go astray following other ways.
Doğru yolda, istikamette, Peygamber Efendimiz'in yolunda gider Allah'ın izniyle.
Those who follow the tariqah by the permission of Allah Almighty follow the way of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and do not deviate from that way and do not follow other ways.
Allah sabit kadem kılsın.
May Allah Almighty make us to be steadfast in following his way.
Şaşırtmasın inşallah.
And may Allah Almighty protect us from being confused or losing our ways and going astray.
Şaşırıyor insanlar.
People get confused and they lose their ways.
Kötüyü iyi biliyorlar.
And they no longer can differentiate and become unable to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong.
İyi kötü biliyorlar.
And people think that what is wrong is right.
Doğruyu yanlış biliyor, yanlış.
And they think that what is right is wrong, and they think that what is wrong is right.
Doğru biliyorlar. İnsanların kafasını karıştıran çok şey var.
And there are many who mess with people's minds and make people become confused.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Müslümanları doğru yoldan ayırmasın.
And may Allah Almighty keep the Muslims steadfast on the right way.
İnşallah. Onun Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.